I take forever to start. Come on. Good morning, afternoon. It is the scene for Scepter the Howling Wind, a War of the Apocalypse joint set in San Diego. So, Aiden has been told by his prospective girlfriend, somebody he has met and is very, very, very interested in, that her fathers are a bit reluctant to let her see a Gaharu. I'm being polite. And that before things proceed, they want to meet him. The thing that most people know, unfortunately most werewolves don't know, is that Lord Phoenix and Sky Alia, I said their name wrong, whatever, they are quite xenophobic towards anything that is not Fae. And so the fact that the daughter has pulled an Ariel and they find out she is in love with Garu culture, Garu ways, and would like to date a Garu, has them a bit beside themselves right now. And unfortunately, Phoenix's first meeting with someone involving this whole thing didn't go exactly the way anyone would have planned or hoped for. But ever the loving father he is, he wants to understand his daughter and kind of hopefully work something out. So they are meeting with this Garu at a local kind of supernatural safe space. And yeah, waiting for Aiden. So Phoenix will turn to Sky with this look on his face.
Sky has like his arms are crossed and he's tapping his foot.
He just takes a deep breath and exhales and sips his coffee.
He's doing his best not to crush another mug. But he's clinging onto that cup pretty tightly.
Just pop an anti-anxiety pill. Fuck it. Offer him one. Just gives him an Ativan. Fuck it. Let's just drug up for this.
Oh god. So
use it so it fucking gets in his bloodstream faster.
Aiden, after talking with a few people, decided that Nick decided that it would be better if Aiden did not go by himself, and if he brought another Fae with him, that would probably go over a bit better. So he volunteered as tribute.
So, Aiden, when you walk in, you see a bunch of people, but then you also see two incredibly angry, beautiful men.
Oh god, they're beautiful.
They're so fucking beautiful, but they're so angry.
Which are they more?
All three she are Ab 6 in this scene. Jesus Christ.
So you're just like, oh god.
So are they more angry or more beautiful?
Yes.
They are very beautifully angry right now, okay? Like, it's just so beautiful.
Like, the intensity, the way that their eyes look at you, you're just like, oh my.
Like Phoenix has silver eyes and they're almost glowing.
Yeah, Sky's eyes are like a very light blue and they kind of like have like a wispy, like will-o-wisp look to them. So
yeah, Aiden stops when he sees the two men staring at him. Kind of leans into Nicholas going, the way they're looking at me reminds me that I don't have a will written down.
So what
that
Nick
is
said,
a proper response to Lil Shi who are angry. I'm not gonna lie.
Nick will, kind of like clasp his shoulder and shake him just a little bit, and we'll say, "Don't worry, buddy, I got you covered. It's all right."
So Phoenix will gently nudge Sky, and he'll say, just in case this goes south, remember, delete my message history and remember my preferred pronouns.
He knows.
Jesus.
Remember, I have another face I can use. We can run away, and it'll all be fine.
Run? Who just looks at him?
Oh no, not run, not run. I just don't want to go to jail.
We're Leo. We don't go to jail.
Oh my god.
What?
Oh, that's right. The jail goes to us. He claps his shoulder.
We're good. He'll smile, nod.
Nick's just.
All right, let me just delete my browsing history, and he'll be on his phone for like a minute. Actually, deleting
So
browsing
Nick
history.
raises an eyebrow, like, what you been looking at that you gotta delete? Like,
Hey, until a few days ago, I was single. Okay, let's go. I'm ready.
Sky, arms, like. So, what have you been looking at?
Oh,
That
I forgot Sky
is
has a cute
replace-
hearing.
That is replacing our daughter is replacing.
oh my god.
So Phoenix will let the distressed, angry dad just drip away, and in beautiful, true allele fashion, he'll just cloak himself in indifference, quiet diplomacy, just the ever perfect image of a statesman. God fucking damn it.
Nick will smile politely at Phoenix and give a bow since he is of higher station than him.
I'll incline his head. Nick would know, by the way, that Phoenix is really, really good swordsman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the man is physical primary.
So Nick is gonna whisper in Aiden's ear, "Please don't fuck up, God."
Oh, and another thing, he'll know that Sky used to be an assassin. With all of his.
Yeah, really, please don't fuck this up because I cannot save you.
I thought that's what you were here for. What do I do? Do I bow to you? Do I not bow?
No,
What do I do?
no,
Oh.
don't, no, just no.
So Phoenix will just motion the table like, please join us. They've already gotten tea and snacks.
Oh, fantastic. Nick likes snacks. Holy shit.
No reason not to be fucking civilized.
Sky laces his fingers together and just sits very properly, straightening his back, and then he smiles sweetly.
Yeah, Phoenix just has that very polite smile.
Nick will sit.
You
And
must
if
be-
Aiden isn't sitting, he will like yank him to sit the fuck down. Like, come on.
No, he's sitting down. It's probably slowly because he's like there's all the stress, but he's sitting down.
Then he'll still yank him. Sit down.
Hello. Hi. Hello.
You must be Aiden.
I am. You must be. And he'll think, and he remembers that Fable didn't know names, so he'll be like, "You must be Fable's fathers."
I'm Phoenix.
Thank you. I wasn't given a name.
This is my husband, Sky.
It's nice to meet you. And he'll look to Nikolai, and Nikolai, is he like, should I gesture for a handshake?
He'll shrug.
Yes. He'll go for a handshake.
Phoenix will shake his hand. He doesn't
Sky
even like
looks-
overpower him. It's just polite.
Sky just kind of looks at it for a second, and then waits his turn.
So, I was told you guys wanted to speak to me. Fable, you're first.
He doesn't answer. Why don't we focus on you?
Inside he's going, why, like, inside he's going, let's not and say we did. But, he'll just nod.
God.
Okay.
Sky then kind of just like gently runs his finger along the table, and then he'll say, I'll rephrase that. What does a wolf want with our daughter?
I mean, I want to get to know her.
Well, that seems reasonable enough. He'll just shake his head like I can't fight that one.
Right.
Okay.
So
Fair.
Nick is nomming.
Does.
Nick is nomming whatever goodies are on the table, and he's kind of got like one elbow on the table with his chin on his fist and just watching.
He just shakes his head like, well, now that we've established that you wish to see our daughter, which I'm fairly certain we knew in the first place, why should we let you? Other than the argument of agency and all of those different things, of course, she's a grown woman and she can make her own choices. Why should we support this decision? Is more the point.
Nick is thinking, there's a better way to phrase it. Thank you.
And while Sky's hands are still laced, he just rests his chin on them.
That image is beautiful. I love it. It's like Nick's got his chin on his fist, like kind of on the side, looking over at Aiden and watching going back and forth, and Sky's got his fingers laced with his chin on the lace. This is a great image. I love it.
I mean, it's weird to say this myself. You can ask Nick, but I'm someone who's loyal, and I'm genuine, and when someone dear to my heart, I do anything I can to protect them. One of many things I do with passion is live my relationships, and he's thinking, holy shit, I'm trying to phrase this as best I can, but this is super fucking scary. I'm trying to be there for all of the people I love whenever they need me. And I'm honest with my friends. I like them to be honest with me.
Is that a phoenix you have tattooed on your arm?
Yes.
His brows lift, and he gives a look like show him.
Yeah, he'll like lift his sleeve, showing him the tattoo.
Why do you have a phoenix tattooed on you?
Is he trying to remember why it was?
he could rise above what he came from. That's why Tolia tattooed a phoenix on him. Like, church
Sorry,
it up.
Yep.
Because Tolia, I'll type it. Because Tolia basically wanted him to rise above his past. Like, church it up however you want, but that's the very simple answer.
well, I said I was honest, so... And, well, this is a very important moment, so I might as well be honest. You don't exactly have the brightest past behind me. I've done things that I suffered for, and that I have sworn to fight against and to get over. This tattoo represents me rising above my past, above the things I have done that I'm not proud of. And becoming a new man. There's an eye that goes to Nick and to Nick like, right?
I'm going to tell you why the last person connected to Garu that I had to talk with, why the conversation went so south. I don't question whether Garu are a threat. I know they are. I know my daughter being around you, she is in danger. It is a threat. But everyone I've spoken to, and anything that I have ever come across involving Garu, the threat is minimized and my words are invalidated. People tell me my daughter will be fine. Well, no, she won't be. Because inevitably, your life, your world, and the way you live is the cutting road. What happens when you don't come home because you threw yourself into some battle? Now, I'm a warrior. I live that life too, and there's a very, very real threat that my children won't have me come home one day. I am a baron of a very, very... He'll kind of like think for a moment, because he's trying not to insult the fucking county, but... Morchus County. So I know at any day, the red caps down south, or the Thalian that surround us, or those that threaten our county, can kill me. Perhaps finally. I accept and I live with this threat. I want to know why no one can sit before me and explain to me what's going to be done to make it safer for my daughter. Stop trying to tell me it's not a threat.
I'm not going to try to minimize your threats. What you said is true. We are Garu. We fight. We live a dangerous life. But the way I see it, I fight to protect the people I care about. And that's why every time I fight, even if I heart with all of my heart and all the passion I have, I will fight to survive so that I can survive one more day to protect the people I care about.
Nick will raise his hand.
The Lord will look over at him.
Yeah, Sky has his eyebrows furrowed, but then he looks over at Nick.
If I may. I am not just a changeling. I am also a kinfolk of the Garu. I grew up in that life and was subject to some things that were not ideal. The danger of the life that the Garu lead is not felt only by other supernaturals, but their own kinfolk. But we support them regardless because we value them in what they do. Most of them value us and what we do for them. And we're a community. We support each other. When someone falls, we rally around the person or people who are affected. And that is one way that we try to mitigate the threat of loss, sorrow, heartbreak, is by being a community. And once someone is taken into our community, they're there forever, and it doesn't matter where they come from or who they are. They have a family.
I'll look at Aiden. I have seen a Garu lose themselves to an uncontrollable madness. And as I understand it, this is something that happens. I've heard that when it happens, a Garu, is that what? Werewolf? Is that what you keep saying? Garu?
Yeah.
He'll not.
What happens if you do that and my daughter dies?
If it's another Garu that's in my presence and she's here, I will be her shield.
What
I will be in
happens
front of her.
if you are the one that kills her?
If it's me, the type of Garu I am, the family, we call it tribe. The tribe that I am have a power that stops us.
He's asking about consequences. What happens when a Garu loses themselves to frenzy, nobody gets there in time to help you, and you kill your spouse, a kinfolk, another supernatural? You know this. What happens?
There's normally evolved. What the punishment specifically is up to the ones who hold higher rank.
Sky furrows his brows.
If I hurt your daughter, if I kill her, if I kill her myself, I will gladly put my life on the line.
Good.
Sky nods.
If you kill our daughter, you are
There's
to
an
close
echo.
us.
I don't know. I think
maybe-
it's coming off Nelson.
Okay, I'll just reload.
Do, 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 do.
Do 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 do.
You like how Nick is acting in this?
Yes. Do, 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 do. Testing.
Hello.
Okay. He'll say, if you kill our daughter, if you want my support, I need you to swear an oath that you will come to us and you will put yourself before my blade. If you kill her.
You're not.
And that doesn't mean you have my support yet. I'm just letting you know that that is one of my caveats. And I am also letting you know that my daughter will not walk away from her family in order to appease or please her own desires. If her father and I do not approve of this relationship, it's not happening.
And I'm still deciding.
You are fortunately you put me more at ease than most have. You seem to understand the consequences of your nation and the way that you have presented yourself to society and understand why we would feel threatened. You're not trying to tell me there is no threat. And I appreciate that.
You're not. I didn't grow up knowing about my kind. I noticed, I saw what damage can be done from an outside point of view. I'm not going to say the threat is not there. I've told you I'm honest, and if I said that there wasn't a threat, I would be lying.
I was born to my society, to my house, raised from I crystallized very young. I became into my face all very young. And I've known no other way than this. I understand that my thinking may be a bit archaic and xenophobic. But I don't want you to think that I have never tried to reach outside of my own sphere. Unfortunately, in regards to the way that I see werewolves, my first encounter with one did not leave me with a taste to really explore. But my daughter is, in her own way, a shifter. Our daughter. Oh, squeeze Sky's hand.
He squeezes back.
Sky would know that Phoenix is having a little bit of a problem because he disconnects his relationship from his dealings and doesn't tend to R very much when they're doing political things, which they're always doing. They're allele. So he's trying not to exclude Sky right now because it's her father too. But he also doesn't think like that.
Yeah, Sky is just really lost in thought right now. Whenever he's thinking, like, he just goes really quiet anyways.
I know that some can see our house as very irretractable or very set in our ways and tradition. That always confuses me because our house is one of the more unseelie. But he'll shrug, like, how the fuck that happened, I don't know. But I don't forget that our founder was Seelie. And at one point, our house is as well. So I'm not opposed to growth and community. but it has to come from pure fertile grounds. It can't come from a base built on misdirections and mistruths, or problems being swept under the rug before they can be dealt with. Fable is our daughter. She's one of the most precious things in the world to us. And if we set a precedence with her, it also means that with our other children, we have to follow up on that. What's to stop my daughter from going out and cavorting with vampires or running around with will workers? Our son from wanting to ally with demons?
Wraiths. He shakes his head.
I don't know where to draw the line. And once you open the store, you can't close it. That's my only concern. The protection of my children. They're still... Fable is an adult. She can make her own choices, but Cassandra and Orion are still children. And they may have some agency and some degree of freedom. But it is still my duty to protect them as their father.
Nick will nod. I have children too. And it is scary to think that they might one day want to consort with the more dangerous than us, more dangerous than werewolves of the supernaturals. But my thinking is that if they come to me one day and decide and say that they want to explore this other aspect of our supernatural lives, then I would try to find a way to facilitate it in a more controlled environment than just let them go prowl the streets looking for what they want.
Shake his head and look at Sky. She gets this from your side.
He shakes his head.
I know, I'm the one who had a Gwydion aunt. I know.
I know I had Fiona blood. He shakes his head.
Almost as though he's slightly ashamed, but still nothing to be done for it.
Nick
His son
smiles.
decided that he would join a house of Lunid.
Oh my.
I think he expected us to be more upset about it than we were. I wasn't upset at all. This is not Baylor.
Nobody
You know,
wants to join House Baylor.
Squeeze his shoulder.
Yeah, as soon as he said Baylor,
Squeeze
like
Sky's shoulder. It's okay.
the table shook a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh.
Prefer if she not live on your lands?
Our daughter, who is a rabbit living with a bunch of wolves, just...
I'm sorry. I can flex my mind quite a bit, but that's a bit far.
That is understandable. I understand that. Is the echo because of me again?
I don't hear one.
I don't hear one.
Okay, I'm hearing. Oh, not anymore. Okay, but yes, I understand that you are concerned about your daughter living with us. She can live wherever you want. Well, wherever she wants. She is free to not live with the rest of us if she does not wish to.
Another question, and this is more just actually of a mortal sort. What do you do?
I'm a singer.
So you have an income.
Not as of yet.
So he puts his
Sky?
chin on his fist and then leans on the table and looks at him. Keep going. Keep going. Yeah.
Sky looks over at Phoenix, and he just kind of just traces his finger along the table again.
But I'm trying to get money. I'm trying to form a band, and I want to make a
band.
YouTube.
Oh.
Why do I speak? He actually said,
Go on. Tell me about your band.
Nick he's rubbing his face now. He's like, oh, just keep sticking your foot in your
Yeah,
mouth, Aiden.
Then Sky was like, I overheard you were about to say YouTube.
People.
YouTube.
Mhm.
Go on. Are you one of those people that's trying to break it big, singing Disney covers?
So Nick just cracks the fuck up because he hit the nail right on the goddamn head. Oh god.
Alternative versions?
Are you going to sing
follow that guy.
Are you going to sing a hard rock, The Colors of the Wind?
Aiden, even though Aiden does not have his own income, he is not without financial support.
Oh, I see. Where does
He
it come
just,
from?
the Sept and his grandfather.
He gives Nicholas thank you.
Our daughter has her own income. I don't want to see somebody freeloading off of money.
No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a freeloader.
No, and you shouldn't be. Definitely, if you're with our daughter, you should have a job.
Oh, until nod.
My husband is a veterinarian, and I'm a private investigator.
AOCA what?
He said, my husband's a veterinarian, and I'm a private investigator.
Private investigator.
Did I ever tell you what I do for a living, Aiden?
I don't believe you have.
I am a crisis counselor.
So Phoenix's fucking ass was like, weren't you on Penny Dreadful?
Sure. Absolutely.
Great, I've seen your ass. Shrugs.
It's a nice one, isn't it?
I love doing Rocky Horror.
He says, I'm a crisis counselor and I specialize in the LGBT community.
You would probably love to talk to us one day, holding Sky's hand.
He nods. Mm-hmm.
we've been together for, he'll suck and look up, 28 years? He'll look over at Sky.
Wow.
About that long.
That's
Smiled.
just as long as I've been alive. Okay.
And we've been
That's-
married for, I'll think a moment, 7 years, I think.
He nods.
So we
Do you remember our
spent,
anniversary?
of course I remember our anniversary. He'll
He
shake his
just-
head. No, he doesn't, but whatever. Of course I do. So we spent over 20 years of our marriage illegal.
Oh. He nods. Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. When is our anniversary? He just looks at Sky.
He lightly punches his shoulder. And he says, December 1st.
Thank you. I'll just look back at them like, oh, damn it. Okay. He'll hold his hands up, like, fine.
It takes him a second, like he doesn't believe it, probably for a few seconds, but he's like, thank you, sir.
I do have to say, though, if she starts going to this sept a lot, you will expect to find me there.
Yeah. Phoenix nods.
Nick,
Good coming
Nick
too.
nods. Like, okay. Faye are welcome into the sept, so doesn't matter.
I have
I
to
mean-
apparently learn more about your people anyway.
Yes.
mean-
You should.
We have a few sheep that hang around the sept, so okay. He'll nod.
I mean, we can interact with the more. He's trying to think. He doesn't want to say common.
Sky is thinking too, he's like,
It looks at Sky like.
Nick smirks. Like he knows what they're thinking. With the other types of changelings.
We have a broad base. We appreciate the salt of the earth. We're not those kind of allele. Those kind of allele are over there. We're over here.
Nick nods.
Oh my god! I did not unironically vote for Trump.
Sky gags. That's the first emotion you saw out of him.
Oh my god! He just looks at him.
God, they need to meet Eli. Jesus.
Oh god! They'll probably kill him.
Probably.
That's like the last person they need to meet. Ever. Let us get home, talk to our daughter, just sort of. Where'd you get those from? Amazon. Just sort of powwow things out a little bit, and we'll tell her to call you.
Very well.
Though, as I remember it, you will be an oath.
He'll nod. Yes. How do I just say that I swear? How does it work?
He'll hold his hand up,
Or shake or
and no, he'll hold his hand and he'll basically he'll guide him through the letter of it, saying that if he harms, if he kills Fable, through a loss of his rage, then he will submit himself to execution to Phoenix. He can harm her, he cannot kill her. If he kills her, then he has to submit himself to Phoenix to execute. Only if he frenzies. So it's not even like that hard. It's just more of a, it's not gonna happen. It's just one of those.
Okay. Yeah, so he'll nod and pretty much say it like, if I kill Fable by a loss of rage, of control of my rage, I will put my life on the line, and my life will be for you to take.
And he'll seal it with glamour. And he'll nudge Sky. Are
I'll
you done
smile.
brooding dramatically over there?
No, I believe I still have a bit more hours of brooding, but
He'll grab his tea and wait.
Nick loses it. Like, oh my god.
Dip his
Guys,
scone in it, just waiting.
yeah.
Oh, so Nick looks at Sky and he goes, "There's somebody that you need to meet." His name's Elias.
If you ever want to see his face light up like Joan of Arc, you need to put him around a puppy or kitten.
Oh, okay.
He pulls his phone up. He just flips through and he'll show him a picture of a puppy or kitten.
Sky's eyes start twinkling, like his blue eyes are literally like sparkling like gems. And he has a big smile on his face.
He'll press play. It's like a video of kittens playing.
And he's just like, he sits down and he sips his tea, like he's trying to have that brooding face, but he's just too happy now.
Aiden isn't saying it out loud, but like inside he's like, haha, we know your flaw.
Like the only thing
We
protecting
know
him
we-
right now probably is the she bonus that keeps him from looking like asses.
We know your weakness.
So yeah, he'll shut it off for him and slip his phone back in his pocket. Okay, this is productive. I like production. Progress. I like progress.
Progress.
I like
Oh,
production.
and by the
No,
way,
no,
Aiden,
you always had one more thing. You always have one more thing. Too many. Whisper it to me first and then say it.
I just need to say it, okay?
God, say it.
Okay. Just because
Yep.
we accept you,
Coming.
air quotes,
That's
doesn't mean
okay.
that we like you, okay?
You said it. You could have just let it implicitly sit in the air, but no, you had to say it.
No, I have to say
You have to say it. You can't just let the subtle threat hang.
no. I guess
I mean,
You just
we just met, and
drugs.
He's like Nick's like, yeah, you just met. There's no need for commitment right away.
no, as in, you guys.
guy he growls a little bit at that, and he looks at Aiden.
No, he looks at Nick.
Nick is dying.
So-
Tilts his head like.
No.
Oh, and Aiden swears he sees like tiger jaws like forming in his mouth.
I'm gonna die.
Nick is beside himself. He is rolling, holding his stomach.
Sips
He's laughing
his
so hard.
tea. Oh my God, Phoenix just sips his tea. Long slurp off that shit.
No, I mean, we I mean, we just met. I think you guys just met. You guys just met me, and and he looks at Nick like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, that's the reaction he was looking for. He thumbs up.
Oh,
Very
Oh.
Gwydion of you.
do you? This is what Sky does.
Friends.
He stands up, walks around the table to Aiden,
Oh,
puts a
yes.
hand on his shoulder, leans in, and he just says, "If you touch our daughter, if you don't appreciate our daughter, I will kill you." And he just pats his cheek.
One step too far. You go too far. You go too far. Listen, let me show you what you should actually do in this case. This is why you're a knight and I'm a baron. And he gets up. And he all but skips over to Aiden. And he gives him a big hug. Like a big, big, big hug. Like just squeeze a little bit of the air out of him and pats his back.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Like he probably held his breath when he saw Phoenix come towards him, and then when he let him down, he's like, "Am I?
Oh, okay,
Am
like
I,
that.
Am I alive?"
At this point, Nick is just eating all this shit up. Like,
Just he pats his back again and he's like, let him know where you're gonna stick the knife.
Oh, and then Sky
up.
just he gives him a big hug, and then
Right
he just
there.
like, and he just pats that same spot, and he's just like pat, 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 pat.
No, just look at him. We're gonna put it right there.
I'm gonna die.
Aiden is gonna come over to their house and he's gonna see that they've replaced their knife block with the statue of Aiden.
oh my god.
And then Sky just ruffles his hair. He's just like,
Yeah, sit back
okay.
down. Look, kiss his cheek. Bye. We'll sit down. Very productive conversation.
He'll just like he has his mouth open and he'll just nod.
Put a finger under his jaw, under his chin, and just close his mouth. You realize if things progress enough and everything works out, we're your fathers.
Isn't that wonderful?
Right? We'll nod at him.
He'll just nod.
Look really hard at the both of us. And ask yourself if that's where you want the journey of your life to take you. Having two Allele She as your fathers.
And yeah, and Nick looks at Aiden and is like, yeah, imagine who your fathers are.
It's like you really want to be surrounded in that.
Just think about that for a moment. He nods. Nick is enjoying this way too much. Jesus Christ.
Oh, he's such a Gwydion right now. It's hilarious.
No!
Fucking instigators.
His Gwydion is just like, ooh, I love these alleles. Oh, yes, drama.
This is why Allele and Gwydion get along and hate each other.
Uh-huh, absolutely. Devin will be so proud.
So proud of his children right now. His little fucking counts and barons.
Nick looks to Phoenix and says, so who was it that you had the conversation with that didn't go well?
I don't remember his name. Is that important? God, that was catty. I'm sorry, out of game.
God!
Think a moment. Felix, App, Scatha. Honestly, I didn't really expect anything else from a Scatha, but...
He nods. Okay.
Did I just catch him on a bad day?
Probably.
Okay. Okay. I'm feeling good about this. I'll look over at Sky.
I think this will be interesting.
It's either going to work or I get to kill someone. It's win-win either way.
And I have plenty of animal forms I can try.
Can. You never know when Sky's around, actually. He could be a bird or a moth or your
He
cat.
taps his lip.
He'll grin at him.
Okay.
All this talk is making me want more children. I'll just grab Sky, like, let's go.
Let's go. They go off.
Nick shakes his head and looks at Aiden. All right, you ready to go home?
Apparently they need to write one off, so make another one.
Oh my god!
You're not the youngest anymore, Orion. Sorry.
Orion will be mad. He likes being the youngest.
So
Okay.
he will give them a graceful incline, and he'll wrap his hand into Sky's. Wave at Nick. We should hang out sometime.
I agree. He nods.
And then Sky gives the exact look that you see in his overlay.
Fuck me dead.
Double date. We'll go to one of those paint nights. I see a wedding ring on your finger. Bring them along. We'll get
Definitely.
drunk and paint tropical sunsets.
Oh my god, Jesse will love that.
Let's do
Yes,
it.
let's do it.
He'll
Absolutely.
punch Aiden on the shoulder. Unfortunately, it was not actually as soft as he thought it was, so ow.
Ow!
Because this fucker's really strong, actually. And he'll be like, you come too. It'll be a triple date. And he'll nod, you bring our daughter.
Okay.
Your first date. We'll all go.
So tomorrow night?
Sure, I'll get a Groupon.
Okay.
We'll get some rosé and Shiraz and sip it up while we paint.
Mm.
It's me and Sky's thing. We have a garage full.
Don't show him our other collection.
Exactly.
Why
The
not?
children's art is on the wall.
The children's art.
Yes.
Mm.
We frame
nods.
them, curate them. This was from Orion's Blue period. This was from Cass's Cubist era. We need to walk our dog. Our little corgi, Banjo, is at home. Been all day. What?
Sorry, out of character. No, out of character, squee. I remember that fucking corgi. I'm sorry. Like,
Yeah, give him Banjo. Get back to our dog. He's been home all day.
but Nick does give a little, not quite as loud of a squee as I did, but he likes corgis, so he's like, I like corgis.
We'll have a dog park day too. Okay. Wave. They'll leave.
Goodbye.
Go to their minivan.
Fucking
They're
goddamn it!
soccer dads.
So Nick looks to Aiden after they go, and he's like, "Well, I think that went about as well as it could have
I mean, I'm alive.
for now." Yeah. God damn it, Nick!
But is he wrong?
No, he's not. And he just smiles, and he's like, "Been a good day. Let's go."
And I just say when like they would like Sky and Phoenix are walking out, and the minute they step out the door of the restaurant, Aiden just goes, "Oh, I can breathe normally."
You're a big bad Garu, and they scared the piss out of you. I love it. He just sips the rest of his fucking tea. Like,
I was going to say this doesn't leave here, but God damn it! I know this Sept is going to fucking. The news is going to spread faster than this Wawa on steroids.
I think
And he just
I think the Shadow Lords are gonna have a field day with this. It's gonna be great.
yay. But hey, okay, let's go. And through his backlink, he just goes, "I'm alive!"
Alexa's like, it's okay, I was waiting on a building with a gun. He's not lying. When they leave, he'll wave.
That's fantastic. So, I think that's probably a good place to end the scene, yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for watching. Bye bye.
Oh my god.